Alright. As much as I don't want to delay this, I'm going to load out the volume a bit because I think that's a little too loud for all of us. Here we are, guys. The last one. And I'm sure we're all questioning what the hell is going on. But we'll all explain that in the ending of this PokeChat. So, why don't we jump in for the last time with everybody in the other call. So let me just go ahead and drag my little ass over there. Let's see.
You do an amazing voice of Red, FYI.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Mr. Goggles.
Red Rose, we're live, you stupid idiot.
What was that?
We're live.
Hello, live people.
Hello, live people.
Hello, live people.
Folks, we're going to wait a little bit longer because I feel like we might have some other people joining in a bit later. But for now, we got Red Rose.
Hello.
Son of a bitch. Core Blitz.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank
And
you for having me,
Xanolus.
Goggles.
Hello.
And it's bittersweet for all of us, isn't it, today?
Yeah, no.
Hopefully not.
I'm getting Brian.
But if you guys are reading, yes, it is true. This is the last PokeChat live ever.
Ah, narts.
And what better way than to end off this segment than with us going throughout Season 1 of Journeys. A good way to end things off for this section. But before we do that though, well, real quick guys, how are we all feeling right now? Are we feeling good? Are we feeling bad? Are we feeling sad or glad? Or C?
Your audio is kind of not buffering, but like very Darth Vader-ish. I don't know, man.
Before
It's fine for me.
But it's only for us in the call in the chat. You're okay, like the voice is okay.
Alright, quick question for the chat. How's everyone sounding right now? Because I know I always have audio issues.
Now it's great. Now your audio is great in both the live stream and in the call.
Right, but I'm making sure like if they can hear you guys in the chat right now.
Well, let's see. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, mine is okay. Test out yours, Zano and Rose.
Hello.
Hello.
Rosa Roth. Hello.
Alright, I think it's working.
Ship tone fine.
Can you guys believe it though? The last PokeChat live, what we're gonna do?
That sucks.
Well, what can we do? Stuff's going on.
Goggles, when are you gonna explain? Are you explaining why now at the end?
Well, I was playing everything at the end, and that will be the last time we'll speak to these fine folks here. So, to all of y'all who've been watching us since the beginning of this year, we thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully some other people join for the last one, because it's the last one.
I don't know if I should post the Discord link in the other server. Should I?
Yes. Do it.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you?
Everything. Literally everything.
So okay, so if I'm gonna post this on the
everything sounds fine.
Okay, good. Thank you,
Yeah.
bro. If I'm gonna post it on there, should I post it on general, plugs, or collab? Which one's the best option?
Put it on general, since it's kind of just like, oh, last minute if anyone wants to join thing, not like, I'm doing this in a couple hours, here's the link if you want to join.
Alright. I'll post alright, so general then. I'm not gonna force any name, I'm just gonna say if they want to.
Yeah, my arm should be here. He's in the thing. Hello. He's in the. He's on.
Alex and Izzy are busy.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. As for the media nut, well, I don't know. Maybe
Well, he's at
having
work.
No, he only goes
No,
to
he's
work
not.
like. Yeah, he only goes to work in like 2 hours. Whatever.
Well, who knows
There we
what
go.
it is. Oh.
But it's gonna be bittersweet, guys. It's gonna be bittersweet. So let's look back at the times we had this year. I met you guys.
I bet you regret that. Let's look back and see how good year 2020 was.
The Olympics were great. Oh, wait.
Alright, let's see if anyone joins.
The Kids' Choice Awards was sub. Oh, wait.
Shut up!
It was great. I finally got back to school and oh.
Oh.
Well, Pokemon Journey was doing pretty good. Oh. Oh. I can't help but to just laugh at the fact that freaking. This year was weird.
This year was certainly something.
Alright, Brian's on his way.
Let's go, Brian!
2020 was a year of highs and lows.
I mean, 2020 was... No. The highest point of 2020 was when it started. And then, like,
Honestly, yeah.
I better post everything on my YouTube on my Twitter right now. Actually,
2020 was the worst year because Riolu got hatched in Pokemon jerseys. I'm kidding. I'll shut up.
boy, you're lucky this is the last one. Otherwise, your ass would have been out by now. You know me saying that. I don't know if any of you guys will ever watch The Sweet Life on Deck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's like my childhood.
I remember the last episode. I remember, like, since it was the last week of, like, work and school and all that, Zach was able to do like some weird thing with, like, his laundry, but Mr. Mosby couldn't fire him for it because it was his last day.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, Goggles. If this is the last PokeChat, you know I have to ask the question. Where
Why?
is Trey?
I don't fucking know.
You really think Trey would show up for the last Poke? Oh man, it would be amazing.
Our podcast
He never shows up to any PokeChat in the last one, in the last 5 minutes.
Guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? Trayvon here.
He's literally gonna show up in the last minute.
No, actually, guys, that's actually true. That's the whole reasoning why we're ending things.
Maybe I'll GM him and see if he would like to come on with all these.
But it sure has been a wild ride this year, though. Not gonna lie. There was some ups and downs, and we got to meet everybody.
Yeah, I'd argue that was definitely the highest point of my year. Meeting everybody.
It was a summer like no other. And tomorrow, autumn ends. God damn.
Autumn still isn't over yet?
I don't like winter.
Okay. Alright. I think we've waited long enough. Well, we'll join. We'll let them speak when they're all allowed to speak, but... Gentlemen! I can't say ladies because there's no girls here. Gentlemen! I think it's time for us to get to the final discussion of the PokeChat Live, XD, or Deluxe, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's get going.
Let's go.
Pokemon
Let's go.
Journeys. Guys...
Such a controversial series.
I want to say that. Alright, now, for those of you who don't know, obviously it says no episodes for the next few weeks. What we're going to be doing for this one, the last one, is that we are going to be basically reviewing all of the first season of Journeys. What we liked, didn't like, moments we enjoyed, moments we didn't enjoy, what we can hope for the future, what we hope to see, what we hope to gain, and hopefully, when the fuck are we going to see a 3v3 battle?
Oh boy, 3v3 battle.
Bro, 3v3s are like rare in Pokemon now. Just kind of sad, honestly.
Anything I feel, the last 3v3 we had was in the finals. Anyways, I'm not talking about that. We're talking about Journeys. Alright.
Woo! Journeys!
So, we're going to start things off with our... Before the series even begun, when we first heard about the news, so... I'm going to start things off with the same guy who was with me when we did the first video about Pokemon Journeys. Back then, it was called Pokemon 2019. Corbett, what was your thoughts or first impressions when we first heard about Journeys? Or at least the little glimpses we got.
Wait, what? My opinions on what?
What was your reaction when you first heard of Journeys' concept?
Oh! Bruh, I loved it! Like, we get champion of Alola, Ash, and then he travels the world. Like, bruh, I was amazed by that idea. Like, this is a world championship, Ash. I love it. Like, don't make him just be in Galar for all of the time. I love the concept, and I love the new cast. It gave me great hopes for the future. And Year One ruined them, all of them. Yeah, bro, like, we don't have continuity, we just have shallow callbacks. Like, they are just window dressing continuity at this point. And in such a show, like, after Ash finally becomes a regional champion, it's insulting to the character and the audience. So, concept great, execution BS.
Alright, next, Red Rose. What was your initial thoughts on Journeys when we first heard the news of how it was going to be formatted?
Oh, I was kind of mixed. Like, I thought it was cool, but also, but I knew there would be a divide because obviously, with Ash being in different regions, everyone's gonna be like companions Pokemon, and everyone's isn't gonna pay attention to the new stuff that Journeys does because it won't be able to do anything without people wondering, oh hey, Ash could have met this person. Hey, remember this person? Like, I think it's a cool way. I think it's a cool way. To keep the narrative going without staying in the same place. Because to be honest, Alola, one of the main problems with like early Sun and Moon is that like Ash was in the same place for such a long time. Which was a cool thing because of the family theme, but it also got very boring. And I was, Journeys helped it stay. Journeys, by having them in different places, they could have different things happen. They wouldn't be limited by where they were. And also, the new Go looks like a really interesting character. But amongst those things, I think it was just curious to see. It just had a lot of potential, and the premise as a whole was very exciting.
Alright. Quick thing, we got 2 new guests here, obviously not, because I see that 2 of them joined. Mania, and whatever your fucking name is now, I don't know. And you're on mute, okay then, awesome. Zeno, your initial.
What's up?
Alright, so when Pokemon Journeys was revealed, like the concept, I was honestly a little like off about it. Because I was one of those people who loved Sun and Moon. I thought it was awesome. But I really, really wanted to go back to that traveling format we had Gen 6 and beforehand. And so I saw other traveling across the entire world. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but I kind of wanted them to focus on the Galar region, whatever the hell it is. But because Galar, it was an interesting region, it had a lot of interesting characters, and I was really... This was during the Sword and Shield hype season, so we didn't know the story of Sword and Shield was shit yet. So, it was just like... I was kind of off by it when it got revealed. Funny story, I was in the most useless class ever, Health, and I got a notification on my phone saying Pokemon Generation 8 anime revealed, and I had to hold in my excitement. And so, what do I do next? I say I have to use the bathroom so I can go watch the video. And so, yeah, it just... So, originally it was kind of off-putting, but eventually I came to, like, really like the concept. And I think, like, especially what Kuro said, Journeys has very good it's very good in concept, but it just fails a lot, at least in the execution presented in year 1 of Journeys. Now, to be fair, Sun and Moon Season 1 was also kind of bad, and that got better, so I can't really say Journeys as a whole is bad, but it just wasn't really properly executed originally in year 1. But we'll get into that when we actually talk about year 1. But yeah, I was pretty excited. I was very excited for Journeys to start up.
Alright. Media Nuts, your initial thoughts.
Okay, so just because I joined, what's up guys, it's the Media Nut here, but real quick, what is the question?
What was your thoughts on Journeys when it first got announced?
Oh, okay, well, the easiest thing that I could say when it comes to my thoughts on Journeys when it was first announced is just potential. That's the one word I'd use for it. Potential, because when Journeys was announced, I actually love the fact that Xana went before me, because I'm going to go in complete contrast to that. I love the end of Sun and Moon. I was not that big of a fan of Sun and Moon. But I absolutely loved everything about Sun and Moon around the time of the ending, just because at that point, I actually did begin to care about most of the characters. Sophocles still sucks. But besides that, with that in mind, all joking aside, I was excited for Pokemon Journeys when it first announced because... you guys have heard me multiple times, it very much felt like something final, because of the fact that it's like, for the first time ever, the main character, Ash, who was confirmed to return, I don't think anyone doubted that, but he's going to every region now, and it's like, wait, what's going on? For a while, people were wondering, is this a continuation, or is this another reboot? And a real reboot. But it's like, no, it is a continuation. And not just a continuation, but like, arguably giving us one of the most interesting aspects to a story for Ash to be, which is the World Tournament, which I'll talk about later during the podcast. But this is just, it's such an interesting idea that I was very excited for. But with that in mind, I think, looking back on it now, I think my excitement is based off of what I hoped for, and not really what the show itself is trying to do, even though I can argue the show gave a lot of hints of certain ideas that it's not going for. But again, I'll talk about that later. So those are my thoughts. Excitement for its potential and possibilities. That's my opinion. Also, I was one of the few people who thought Go was a girl until we heard it.
Me too. I actually thought Go was a girl as well.
Alright, real quick, I gotta answer this question someone left. Zach, I will explain why this is the last PokeChat at the end of this session. So, look forward to that. Or don't look forward to it, because it's kind of sad. Anyways.
Zach, if you want to know before anyone else, why don't you just pop in the Discord call?
I thought he's busy.
What up?
Isn't it Brian's turn now?
Yeah, Brian, your initial opinion when Journeys first got announced.
So my first original opinion of Journeys, when it first came out, because I remember, I think I was at school, or like Xana as well, or I was maybe at home, and I literally saw your Gen 8 anime coming soon, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. And I see like the trailer showing Ash and then Go, which everyone's like, oh, goes a girl. And I was like, okay, so like what are they doing? Like, is this like a reboot? Like what Nat was saying? Like I was thinking maybe it's possibly a reboot or like or maybe like it's just like a different like literally just a reboot, or maybe it's just continuation, because we didn't actually see anything like to suggest that it was a series that was carrying on from Sun and Moon until we actually saw like the first episode where they showed all the continuity. But at the first few 10 episodes, they were like pretty good. Like I enjoyed them, like Dragonite, and also just introducing Go, like something different to the others, like someone who actually has a goal and not like has a goal from the start and not relying on like, oh, I need to like be inspired by Ash to actually know what my goal is, or like just being taught by Ash. Like of course Go's being taught by Ash now, but still most of Ash's like companions, like maybe Serena for example, she didn't know what she was just doing. She was just coming with Ash, and then she found out her goal. And I think that's the same with May as well. But yeah, so far sadly Journeys, I don't know if we're talking about that now, but like sadly Journeys is like right now it's like going really bad. I don't know, like of course like they have so much potential, but it's not going that good, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, we will, mate. But,
Yeah, we'll say more of that in like later time.
Yeah.
Right, well, I wanted to say for now.
Alright, looks like it's my turn. I'll be honest, I completely forgot what was my initial thoughts on Journeys when I first heard about it.
Dang it, Goggles! Dang it, Trey!
Alright, no.
Goggles was just focusing on those $5.
Okay, no, legit though, okay, if I remember correctly, when I first heard the premise, this was my initial thought and hope. What I hoped... Shut up. What I hoped was that when I heard that news about, like, traveling around the world concept, my mindset was this. Go was going to travel around the world and meet up with Ash and Galar, and then they become rivals for the Galar League, because back then, this was before we also got more info. Like, I'm talking about, like, back when we got, like, that one trailer where, like, it shows the starters and not much. That's what my mindset. And then we got more and more info, and then I'm like, eh. And then we get to the World Tournament, or the World Championship stuff, and I'm like, alright, I'm in. It's sad when the only thing I care about is literally the World Championships. Because I'll be being honest. Well, no, I just kind of let go. But anyways. So overall, my initial thought was just like, I thought it was going to go somewhere else. Obviously it didn't. How do I feel about it right now? I'm alright with it. Alright. Now then. I think anyone here had what to say about their first impressions, right?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Alright. Now then. We're looking into some other territories here, folks. So, I'd say we start things off by talking about how the main character of the show is still around. And what I mean by that, how do we feel about Ash's progression in this series? Now, I know this is going to be a controversial one, because things have been going on lately. So, I'm going to start things off with Goggles. Goggles, how do you feel about this?
Let's go.
Goggles? Goggles?
Did you just call yourself out?
Wait, oh.
That is.
I was gonna say, wait, you said Goggles going. I'm like, why isn't Goggles talking?
What the? Oh.
Somehow.
Alright.
He owns himself $5, that's why.
What dimension are we living in?
The first dimension.
The cursed one, because Journeys
The
is
real one.
whatever.
Well, no, we're living in the timeline.
Alright, well, Goggles, what is your thoughts?
Alright. Honestly, this is the most okay Ash design I'm with, to be honest. Like, this isn't my favorite, honestly, enough. I know I'm not talking about designs, but, like, just like design-wise, I like Ash's design here. Not my favorite, but not bad. Like, it's a nice blend, and I think many of us can agree here. It's a nice blend between Sun and Moon and X and Y, where Sun and Moon had more fluid animation, while X and Y had more, what's the word?
Art style.
Art style, thank you. So it's a nice blend. Like, I can take this kid serious and laugh at his ass when he gets trampled to death by the Pokemon. My favorite scene, by the way. Dead on. You go ask straight right now. That is my favorite moment in Journeys of all times. Ash getting trampled to death. I love that scene. But, okay, aside from his design and whacking it, and like, okay, so how do I feel about him currently? Honestly, it started out good, actually, with Dragonite and Gengar, because two powerhouses. One that people want Ash. Again, cool. Rio gets captured. Alright. Then Farfetch comes around. What the fuck?
Why you go, what the fuck?
Because, here's the thing, like, people get upset because Farfetch isn't doing anything, yeah. I knew this was gonna happen. Like, I legit knew this was gonna happen, because one thing that people always say whenever is like, oh, like, people don't like Ash's team because like, he has two flying types, and people make the justifications like, but X and Y he had three flyer types, or flying types. Here's the issue though. The flying types that he got had a secondary typing to help them. Well, except for Noivern. Well, semi, I think, poor Noivern. Farfetch is pure
But they had diversity, in the way
Farfetch,
they fly and
Farfetch,
the way they interact with each other.
Yeah, Farfetch is just fighting, and that's it. He's not fighting flying, fighting dark, fighting psychic, fighting water, or anything like that, or fighting Pixel. I don't know.
Well, I can say this much. Farfetch is basically Krabby in Kanto. Ash caught him, it's a water type, got boxed until the league.
No, we're not.
In a way, Farfetch is being worsely treated than Heracross, because Heracross, well, it was caught and boxed, but he helped from time to time. Farfetch is just there.
He's just there. Anyways, but how do I feel about Ash just in general? He has moments where like it shows that he's a good trainer, also, you know, because he's after Sun and Moon after he won the league. And he has moments where like he's good, but moments where it's just... Did you get in hand with a coconut again? That's how I feel, to be honest. Like, Ash to me in this series, just like he has his moments, and he has not so good moments. It's literally like watching a celebrity or like a famous sports player where like they have a bad season and it's all like, you can do better than this. That's Ash right now, technically. And I'm gonna shut up right here because I have not much more to say. Brian, wake your ass up and say what your thoughts is, Ash. Motherfucker.
He goes on Jeff. Say that.
Alright, we'll go on to the next person, and Reynolds, wake your ass up and tell us how you feel about Ash.
Okay, okay, right. See, Ash has a character. I actually think he's just okay in Journeys, because, like, I don't believe in Journeys. Ash really, like, Ash is kind of at his peak in the sense of his, like, skills as a trainer, because in Journeys is a continuation, and he's going in with all his skills, all of his knowledge. That's why, like, if you notice in Journeys, he doesn't lose that often, and when he did lose, he was using Farfetch'd.
Are you saying the Farfetch sucks?
A new Pokemon that he hadn't trained against a seasoned trainer, like Ash, for example, Ash versus B, one of the first one, one of the few examples of him losing. Yet he was using a Pokemon he didn't like. Say if he used Pikachu, Dragonite, or Gengar, Ash probably would have beaten B. But like either way, I think that he doesn't need much more development. Well, like he can have a few like arcs, but as a character and personality-wise, Journey's Ash is actually one of my favorites. He's got his battling skills, but he's also got his goofy style. So it's a perfect. Oh, hey, Brian. It's a perfect.
Oh, sorry,
mix of
I
how he
literally
was.
by mistake clicked the mute button when I was trying, and then I didn't want to interrupt you while speaking, Rose.
Alright, so then we'll go Red Rose.
Then we'll go back
Yeah,
to Brian for a
Xana,
moment.
Xana, this list is the same. We'll just swap me and Brian around for this segment.
Thank you. Sorry about that, guys.
It's alright, buddy.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so Ash as a character is fine. He doesn't need to, and the way they're using him as a mentor to go, like how Ash was for May, continuing and other companions, continuing the idea that Ash has a lot of influence on people. For example, Go's a shut-in, Go's an introvert. He's not a social person. And, like, Ash, now, in the series, it's noted so many times how more like Ash he is. Because Go's much more out of his shell. Because when we first meet him, he's kind of, like, he's very closed off. He's a bit jaded. He's just, and they don't mix entirely well at first. But now they're, like, now that their, like, bromance is so strong. But yeah, personality-wise, apart from, like, the only problem with Ash is, in Journeys, is how he's using his Pokemon, and I think we all know about the Lucario situation. But, like, you just don't feel the bonds there, which is kind of, like, the one thing, if there's one thing you have to know about Ash is that he has a good bond with his Pokemon. But he doesn't even have them around with him half the time. It's either Pikachu or Lucario, sometimes one of the other three, but yeah. Other than that, Ash as a character is completely fine. That's all I have to say.
Alright, we're gonna take a brief minute, go back to Brian. Go ahead.
Right, so, like everything I literally Rose said, I literally agree with. Ash as a character right now, it literally is at his peak. Like, he has his serious moments. He has his moments when he's like childish, goofy. He has his moments when he can be a mentor. He can be like someone to look up to help. And he has his moments when he's down as well. So he's a mix of all, like, he's not just depressed all the time. He's not just happy. He's like literally Ash. So that's his peak. So that's one thing that I would give them. The writers, like, they've literally perfected Ash. But then secondly, there's quite a few problems with Ash, and it's not just, of course, it's the writer's faults, but the main point, as like Rose was saying, the main point, like Ash is like kind of like when it comes to like training up his Pokemon, is bonds. We've seen this countless and countless of times, even in Sun and Moon, when Ash helps like his Pokemon learn moves and stuff. Like, Ash always, like, does something more practical to, like, literally try to help them learn the move. And we've, like, barely seen any of that. Like, we haven't even seen anything like that now, but maybe we may see one, like later on. But Ash barely has, like, any time with his other Pokemon. It's with, like, Pikachu and Lucario, which is all cool and that. But, like, Farfetch is literally just there to be caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just I don't know, is it maybe screen time or what they're doing wrong? But literally, just having one episode focused on like a Pokemon's not going to do much good. Like, yeah, I'm happy. Like, of course, we're all happy that Farfetch is getting an episode like when we come back.
We don't know if that's Ash's Farfetch though.
All right, true. But if it is an episode just based on for example, if it is based on just Ash. The thing is, they're just going to go next, and, like, the next episode is not even going to be about Ash's Farfetch. And if Ash catches Dracofish in... If Ash catches Dracofish in the episode we come back, will that be another Pokemon just sat on the side and used only for some battles and be like, oh, it's so OP, and just never used again? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, they just messed up quite a lot.
Yeah, no, I completely know.
It's just so, like, weird. Like, I don't know why. There's just something that this anime is missing something. This whole series. I just don't know what it is. But they're really missing quite a lot. Because, like, I remember if I can watch through Diamond and Pearl, and I love watching through that. Black and White, of course, there's some stuff, but I can still enjoy it. X and Y, Sun and Moon. But this series just has some problems, and I just don't like.
It
doesn't
lacks
feel-
it lacks one thing: narrative consistency.
Like,
But we'll get there later because it's on Ash. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Xanos, are you next? Is Xano next?
Real quick, I gotta ask a quick question for Media Nut. Media Nut, how long can you hang around here?
Well, right now it's 4:37 my time, and I start work at 6, so I still have time. I have about at least an hour.
Oh, okay.
I can start.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, so
just want to check your time.
Yeah, we're good for now.
All right. So next up is on the list, Xano. Your thoughts on Ash and Journeys?
Zan. Oh, he's not listening.
Motherfucker! All right.
Oh,
Move
it's
on.
Kuro's turn.
Oh, wait. I think he's listening now. You turned off the thingy. Xano, it's your turn.
Your turn, Xano. Get up before you go back to the end of the line.
Oh, he's done.
Guys,
Oh,
I'll be
well.
back. No, guys, I gotta go. I'll be back in like 10ish minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Joe, Pedro,
Media Nut.
Pedro,
No.
just go ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
it's Kuro's turn.
Oh,
no,
Pedro, just go. Alright,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm always the last one. Doesn't matter who's in and who's out. I'm always the last one. I don't know
I
what.
came the last one. I don't know why Red Rose put him in the. Putting him
Yeah,
last.
I'm always the last one to speak. Media Nut.
Because when I did it, not volunteered. But it doesn't matter, we can swap it round.
Nut,
Whatever you can speak, Media Nut. Yeah.
Nut, go ahead.
Your
What-
opinions on Ash.
What are your thoughts on Ash and Journeys?
Oh, boy. So the question specifically is my opinions on Ash, or ask the question one more time so I know what we're talking about.
What are your thoughts on Ash and Journeys so far? Like, how you think they're treating him? How you feel about his team?
Okay. Because the way some of you guys were explaining it was, I wasn't sure if we were talking about Ash at first or Ash overall. So it looks like we're talking about Ash overall. So then, how do I put this simply? Okay, so it wasn't even called Pokemon Journeys until much later. At the time, we only had one name, and it was called Pocket Monsters. Pocket Monsters 2019. And we had no idea what to expect, no idea what's going on, and no idea what version of Ash we were going to get. Before that happened, a lot of people were very split on the idea of who Ash should be as a character. A lot of people were saying that he should be more serious, more battle heavy, more of a protagonist-like character. Meanwhile, or should he be goofy? Should he be stupid? Should he be silly? When I say stupid, I don't mean like, oh, stupid as in I hate him. No, stupid more as he's not smart.
He's just a boobies, basically.
Yeah, like more aloof, I guess is a better word to say. So then, when Journeys first started, and we started seeing Ash, like his personality, it definitely seemed up until, and I'll tell you the scene where it caught my attention. Up until a very particular scene, it seems like we had a much cleaner look on Sun and Moon's more goofy goofy acting Ash until the moment he ran into Lugia. It was there when I realized, okay, wait a minute. And I remember in previous conversations over in the AnyPokeTuber server, we've all had discussions about this where it looks like at this point they wanted to try to find a nice blend between the two. Ash keeping that goofy kitty personality, but still being an intense battler with crazy strategies, but also being somewhat of an inspiration for the characters that he spends his time with, or at least in this case, Go. With that in mind, as I mentioned prior, and I'll say it again here, the one thing that comes to my mind when I think of Ash and Journeys right now is, as I mentioned about the series itself, potential. That's the main thing that I see here. I see potential. Now, as of right now, the potential is kind of being wasted, I'm sorry to say. But I do see potential. There are serious moments within the anime that makes you think, okay, this dude knows what he's talking about. So, just like for example, in the Goodbye Reboot episode, where Ash the way Ash speaks, the way his facial structure is, the way they animate him, when Ghost talking about releasing Reboot, you know that Ash is talking about past experience. Like, you can feel that. Meanwhile, you still have the goofy, funny sides where you have moments of Ash being, you know, like, silly and all idiotic, thinking, like, that whole thing in the Zapdos episode, for example, where Ghost tried to explain the whole thing of what came first, the Pokemon or the egg, and he's like, oh, yeah, totally. Wait, what are we talking about? Or other things like that, just like having very crazy faces and features.
Getting trampled to death
so
by the
there's
Pokemon.
definitely a blend of that. But with that in mind, I think, how do I put this? I think the thing that really is lacking, and how's that? And I think the thing that really seems to be kind of lacking right now, that I think, and Rose actually touched upon it, so I'm gonna piggyback something that he said, and I'm gonna add to it, is as of right now, I'm gonna say it in my own words though, but Rose will get it. I believe Ash is lacking of direction. Now, keep in mind we've had Ash for over 20 years. There's not a lot of development you could give for a character that's been around for 20 years. But here's the thing that makes it interesting: Ash is a champion. Ash has had all this experience. You want to know how we know? Because the show itself showcases it. Ash recognizes Mewtwo. Ash recognizes the people in Alola. Ash recognizes Karina. He recognizes frickin' I forgot the name, but frickin' Dad Bod man. Mr. Dad Bod himself, the fighting trainer. And
Chuck?
Chuck.
Chuck. Yeah, my bad.
Idiot?
He recognizes Chuck. So it's like
He recalls Surge.
yeah, he recalls Lieutenant Surge. And so that like there's all this continuity, all
And
this
even the
lore,
people in
all
the
this-
gym recall him as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. Kuro, you're right. So then, the problem, and this is why I say I think it's wasted potential, because it's like, we have this interesting personality of Ash of being this goofball, but having serious moments when it needs to, when it matters, and that makes him a bit more of an interesting character, a blend between the two. But the problem is, there's not a lot of respect with Ash, especially in a show that's traveling to every single region. This feels like this show, at least the way that I first thought about it when it was first announced, it felt like something that should be a celebration. Because, again, we call it Pokemon Journeys because that's what they call it in the English dub. But you want to know the name of the show? When it was announced in Japan, the place where it originated, the show was simply called Pocket Monsters. And in my opinion, that holds depth. It means that we're going to every region, including the new one, but we're going to every region with the main character in a personality that finally blends in a lot of the things that people like about him. Maybe bring back a little bit of that original Ash flair of being a little confident, but we haven't seen that yet. Arguably, I would have loved to see that, especially because we have been seeing him lose here, and not just to rivals. No, we've been seeing him lose to random people with freaking tentacruels, and it's like, and then episodes later, he's totally fine again. I feel like I know there's other people that need to talk, so I gotta wrap this up. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I want to say and a lot of things opinions I have, but I'm gonna take forever.
Well,
but I guess
we're gonna go over, we're literally gonna go over everything, so you're gonna have time to talk about all your thoughts.
Okay.
It's just not gonna be one big thing. It's gonna be like
exactly. I don't want to take too long. So then, I guess all I'll say is that there's so much that they could do with Ash, especially with the way the show is making us feel. I know a lot of people have said it, and I'm one of the people who says it. It feels like a final adventure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. But the name of the show is Pocket Monsters, and they're going to every region. And what is Ash's goal in this? To become the world champion. So I don't know. That spells a lot of finality here. But okay, I'm gonna move it forward. I'll explain more about my feelings about it a little bit later. But yes, whoever's next, go.
All right.
Is it me?
Dano,
Did
go
everyone
on
else
ahead.
go?
It's Xana.
I low-key
Alright.
wanted someone to put timers just to see how long each of these fine folks here is.
All right.
Oh yeah, do
Okay,
it.
well,
That'll be funny.
mine's gonna be pretty brief because I'm gonna save my rant for later. So,
Oh, who the hell?
Ash in this series, gonna be completely honest, probably one of, if not the best Ash when it comes to you personality-wise, because you're taking everything that everyone loves. You have a little bit of that Sun and Moon goofy flair. You have some of that X and Y serious tone. You have some of that DP unique battling strategies. You have all this stuff from Ash. And you guys are like, you know what? We're just gonna make a sandwich, and this sandwich is gonna.
Motherfucker!
Sorry about that. Sorry. My family was calling me. And so, like, say, like, there's a sandwich, and every sandwich represents a different kind of personality people like from Ash. You just put the sandwich together. That's Ash and Journeys. Perfect personality. Especially going off of my favorite iteration of Ash being the Sun and Moon version. That's just my opinion. But then you get to, like his direction and his character and his Pokemon and stuff. Like, Ash doesn't need to grow as a character. He just needs to have a good story. And right now, his story, it isn't bad, but it's just so, like, far apart from each other that it just doesn't work. And I think that's the biggest problem. Ash's storyline in this series has been so spread out that it doesn't even feel like a storyline. But as regards to, like, Ash as a character, Ash overall this series, I think he's fine. But I definitely think they should have promoted him more as the Brock of the series instead of a dual protagonist, since that seems like that's kind of the role he's kind of taking. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, that's all I really have to say.
Alright, someone set a time for this fine man, and let's see if he could break his record. Koro, you're next.
Okay, so first of all, to add to all of what this gentleman said, I love Journey's Ash. It feels very perfect Ash in a way because, like all of you just said, it's very lackluster in terms of in terms of his personal story. Considering that he's facing the Pokemon World Championships, it feels like a narrative closure, but they are not properly doing it well for the character. However, the mentorship that he's having with Go, the influence that he's having for him to be more of a protagonist as well, it's very amusing to see. The art style, it's amazing. They have the X and Y with the Sun and Moon having the mixed blend that it's just perfect. The colors contrasting with Go's, same goes for Lucario and Cinderace. And also the title card, Pocket Monsters. It's blue, like in the movie 20 and 21. So many people back in the day thought that this could be the story of the movie's alternative universe Ash, but it's not, which it is great. But the title card being blue and not white, like in Best Wishes, or green for all of the other shows, it stuck with something, and it sounds like a bookend, like the first show being called Pocket Monsters, and the last show being called Pocket Monsters. There are moments where they break trends, yeah, like, for example, the regional bird is Dragonite, he caught a Gengar, which is not Sabrina's Haunter, Riolu that people demanded for 12 to 15 years, yeah, Farfetch is just the excuse to give Ash a Galarian Pokemon without giving him a Galarian Pokemon. Farfetch is the oddball in this situation because it's for commercial purposes only. People need to get that. But yeah, I love Ash. In terms of personality, battle-wise, like, he's serious when he needs to be serious. He's goofy when he needs to be goofy. He's not just always, when he's in the depression, okay, but not for long. He can act hard, he can act soft. But the one thing that this show does perfectly with Ash, even if the narrative doesn't show, is that Ash is very humanized. When Ash is in this show, every time he shows up, he knows his experience. He knows what to do. He knows how to react, even in a good or in a bad way. It shows the human side of Ash Ketchum, a character that we saw grow and develop like ourselves. We, the audience, know how he can act because even us in the real world have our good days and our bad days, and Ash and Journeys emphasizes that. We can learn from each other, like he's learning from Go, but we can also teach other people, like he's doing with Go and Chloe as well. Ash travels the world, and he's more the knowledge he gains and the experience he gains. He's more in the battlefield, in the world, exploring. It's very empirical, more brawn than brains. Go is analytical, and Go, even though he's influenced by Ash, unlike other characters, he didn't need Ash's direct influence to lead to his goal. He knew exactly what he wanted to do since day one. And the clash of ideologies between these two protagonists, it's amazing. And again, we see that Ash's ideologies and presence in Pokemon Journeys influences many other people. For example, he's in Vermilion City. They are making Vermilion City being a hub place like Melemele Island was in Alola. For the purpose of this, it kind of works because we see Surge, the first gym that Ash actually earned the badge, that he battled for the badge. The people that are in Surge's gym were not in Surge's gym when Ash battled them, when Ash battled Surge. However, Surge told the people of the gym about Ash. The Raichu was trained to beat Pikachu. He learned Volt Tackle, a move that Pikachu didn't have at the time because it didn't exist. Pikachu developed Iron Tail in Surge's presence. That's why the counter worked. In Chuck's gym, Chuck has fighting types, but he taught Poliwrath Poison Gem because of Bayleaf. Corina trained her Minfu to become a Minchow after being defeated by Hawlucha. We see, even if not, like, it's show, don't tell. And I think that's what Journeys, like everyone says, culmination, potential. They are making Ash be like a character that it's more show, don't tell, because you need to have a keen eye and be a veteran of this entire show to see what they are doing with the characters that they bring back, or they make the characters always be near Ash. We know the Easter eggs, the references. If you're an old fan, that's amazing for you, like myself. If you are a newcomer, you simply see the badassery that Ash does. Like in the second episode, the first one he appears, the dude is just chilling with his mom, going with Vermilion. We see Mr. Mime battle episodes later, which is great. But then, like, we see the raid battle. Everyone is just attacking Lugia. Ash approaches Lugia. He questions, he demands, and Lugia's like, hey, okay, bro, Pikachu uses a Thunderbolt, and Lugia fucking flies away because Lugia knows how powerful Pikachu is. So, yeah, this show has consistency with Ash's character, but the narrative they are doing with him directly to the show, it's very shallow. If not for the window dressing continuity with other characters, or even the dual protagonism with Go, Ash would not feel like he earned a spot in this series. He's very mentor-like, yes, but he's still the character and the protagonist that we all know and love. He still has the core, the heart of Ash. He never lost that in any iteration of the show. So, honestly, that's why I love about the character. If Journeys is to end this arc, good. If not, okay, I won't be mad. Because Ash is not being ruined in a sense of being a character. He's just being more humanized. And that's my take for the character of Ash in Journeys.
Honestly, that's beautifully said. Great job, dude. Fantastic.
I hope someone. I hope someone
100% agree.
Because I want to see how. I want to see the time. Is there what time now?
It does. It goggles. Yeah, it goggles. It doesn't matter the time. That was well said.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Goggles, what's the next topic for our thing? for the question.
Right. Jesus Christ, I thought I was gonna die. Because I was about to fall on my chair.
Oh, wow. I thought he, for some reason, I thought he said that we're going to talk about Dawn now. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess. I mean, Rose, take it away. Dawn is your girl.
What
Okay.
the fuck?
Cool, but the daily reminder Ambi comes in familiar where Ash is.
Oh,
What are we talking about right now?
Oh yeah.
Just reminding everyone that Ambi, Pom, and Ash are literally living in the same, city.
But real quick, Coral, well done. I was fascinated by your research.
It's very
What
well.
research?
The research of your lovely voice.
Yeah, to kind of hop off of what Crow says, like, yeah, I think that is very cool. Well, then again, no. Go to the next topic. I'll say my.
All right, next
my
topic
God.
will be dual protagonist. This motherfucker go.
Hey!
All right.
Hey.
Let me just say this right now. Before people murder me. I like Go as a character. As a replacement, fuck him. So, let me explain my beef with Go, because it's not really technically a beef, it's just this. People keep on saying this all the time, and I see it on Twitter, I hear it on, like, video calls, like people are saying, like, oh, Go's gonna be the next protagonist when Ash leaves, and I'm like, the reason I don't want Go to be the next, to take over when Ash leaves, is because of this. Go isn't a battler. The reason I like Ash a lot is obviously because of his charm, his personality, and all that, everything in between. But the one thing I really like of Ash is just getting to watch the battles. And that's what Pokemon is well known for, the battles. Like watching tournament arcs. That's why I enjoy watching the leagues, the tournament arcs that we had in Best Wishes. Go is not a battler. He's a catching trainer, which I have nothing against. I don't mind the idea of a trainer who wants to catch them all. Because that was the slogan in America. Gotta catch them all, and that's what Go's doing right now. He's trying to catch them all. I'm fine with that. In terms of him taking over, no, I'm not gonna be happy with that for real. Because the only way I'll be okay with that is they introduce another character who takes care of the battle side. What Go still does is catcher side. I love his Cinderace though. I want to point that out. Cinderace is the best Pokemon he's ever had. But that's a bit biased because Cinderace is my favorite Pokemon of all times. Fuck you, Lucario. Stupid fuck. Anyways, but aside from that though, I will say this: the Go to me had a rocky start at first, just because.
Oh my God.
All that he really did was just catching Pokemon, and to me personally, that wasn't really development. That was just adding on to your collection of like the Pokemon you have, which it was nice to see them in that one episode when we came up from the hiatus. But later on, obviously, he did get more and more episodes. There were some episodes I enjoyed, like the Flygon. I low-key like the Tokyo episode, even though I hate the ending. Like, remove the ending and make Tokyo actually dead, I'll be happy with that episode. So overall, to me, Go is just like... The only reason... The second point is this. The only reason Go is good... The only reason those episodes are good is either A... Ash isn't there, or B, Ash sucks in that said episode. So, the real issue is just this, like, you want Go to be a good trainer, but you gotta nerf down Ash. Why? Can't they work together? Can't there be a moment where, like, they'll separate it? Oh, granted, technically we did have that during the Dunks They Are, but still. That's enough I gotta say, and next up, I'm gonna let Brian take the spotlight. What's your opinion on Go?
Alright, so my opinion on Go, at first, I'm pretty sure I was like the same as most of the people in the community. Like, okay, like Go, it just seems like he has no personality. Yeah, he's shy and he just wants to catch Pokemon. oh, that's literally it. He's just gonna be, oh, Pokemon Go on a phone, but as a person or something like that. But these writers have made Go so amazing. Like right now, I love Go. Like Go's amazing. He's probably one of my favorite companions. Like coming up, maybe possibly. Well, he's not even a companion anymore. He's a protagonist, which we all keep forgetting. And I think I see Go. He's coming close to becoming Ash's equal in terms of like the spotlight and journeys. Like they're becoming equal soon, and it's just due to the fact that their bromance is just so cool. Like I really enjoy that about that. It's like it's not really like Ash and Brock like bromance, but it's like a different type. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just so good. But in terms of Go, like he's just such an amazing character. Like we've seen so much progression from like where he started from like episode 1 to like now. This guy's able to like battle legendaries on his own, and like you know he's just doing so well for himself. Like Go's just becoming such a good character, and like the future of Go and like Goggles, what you're talking about, like possibly Go taking over for the next series, which in my opinion would make a lot of sense. Like with Go's goal, because he always wants to catch new Pokemon, and we know that Pokemon's not ending anytime soon, so like it would make sense for him to go over to the next region as well. But you were saying about not like getting, I'm not like saying it's wrong what you're saying, but you were saying about Go not being able to battle, and like how you like Ash because he always battles and his battles are amazing. But if Go did say Ash has to leave, then I could possibly see Go still being the catching person, and either a new companion join Go as like the person who does battles and does like, you know, like does something maybe different to Ash, like his style, his like someone, maybe a girl or a guy, maybe someone just different, and he or she likes to do battles as well, but like they're like starting off, or maybe potentially already like good at battling. I don't know, but maybe we'll see them do like the gym like battle all the gyms, and then like you know trying to be like world champion. And as I assume at the end of the series, Ash will become world champion. I assume he will. So potentially there's a chance we could have like a new person who does the battling for us, because like I'm sorry, but I just don't know what else can you actually do with Ash at this rate. Like he's gonna become I assume he will become world champion, but if he doesn't, like what would be his other goal like after that? Like I don't know. Will they do like, oh, Ash wants to become the universe like champion or something? Like there's like literally no aliens or anything in this, so like there's what's bigger than the world, you know? I don't know what's bigger than the world, so I don't know what Ash would do after this. That's what I'm saying. Like it would make sense that Go carries on, and then maybe we get a new companion who likes to do like gym battling. He or she has a completely different style to Ash when it comes to battling, but maybe looks up to Ash and wants to defeat Ash at like the world champion stage, or like or just become like, or just win a league. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, that's literally it. Yeah. Sorry if I waffled on there, guys. But yeah.
No, you didn't, mate.
Well, I'm going out real quick. I am all voted down for like closing Ash's storyline, because something everyone needs to know. Well, not like, okay, basically what I want to become is basically like a story creator for like anime stuff like that. And also I know I'm fully aware, like in order for you to be a good one, you gotta know when to close a character's book. So with that said, next up, Rose, go ahead.
Okay, so now I'm actually one of those people who actually really like to go from the start. I think he's got a lot of things about him which make him like he's very different from the protagonist. You know, like for one thing that sets him off is that he is, and I know we've had some of those too, but he's completely anime original. He's not like a gym leader. He's someone who's starting out, and because Go doesn't originate from a game or anything, we have no indications of what he's going to be. Imagine starting like Black and White. You probably know, like Silent would like cooking, or Iris would have something to do with dragons or trading, because that's part of their narrative in the games. You know, but Go left a lot open in the air, and one thing that was really interesting is kind of his personality without Ash. Because Go's like childhood at scene, he's a shut-in. He's very introverted. He just likes absorbing himself with information, which explains why he's more knowledgeable. He's meant to be not necessarily antithesis, but a perfect counterbalance to Ash. He, the whole trinity with battling, catching, and traveling, Ash, Go, and potentially Koharu. And Go, by balancing Ash out with intelligence, strategy, and his overall knowledge of Pokemon, and just not even just Pokemon. Outside of that, he's school smart as well. But like one thing is that he's got like a lot of baggage. For example, when he falls out with Ash in the Ivysaur episode, he's like, "Oh, you're like one of those guys." Like that specific line, if like reading into that, that's pretty heart wrenching, because that tells us, that one sentence tells us so much about Go, and that something happened to him in the past. And they were building up to it. I really wanted, and I called it with the school episode, kind of. I really wanted an episode seeing Go at school, or seeing what happened now. And while we got Tokyo, I really hope Tokyo wasn't it. And I agree with Goggles that I think actually Go's character and that episode would have held a lot more weight if Tokyo didn't just like Deus Ex Machina out of nowhere at the end of the episode. He's just there. I actually think it would have been more like have more narrative weight if Tokyo wasn't there, and have it as kind of a Go just sadly reflecting. And and like at the school, he may have been bullied. He may have had friends who weren't good for him.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
what
really hope Journeys would explore something like that. Yeah, what were you gonna say, Brian?
Sorry for interrupting. I was gonna say yeah, I agree with you, and I wish that maybe they were gonna show maybe Go who'd been like bullied at school, and then like Go's come back and he's completely changed. Like he's not shy.
Yeah.
He's not shy at all. Like because of all of the journeys he's been on so far with Ash, that he's become more of a confident person. Like he's different, but they didn't show that. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. That would have been a really cool thing to do. Yeah, but I think we really need more to go, because that more introverted personality and the way he acts without Ash, like it goes the same in real life. A lot of introverted people, when they have someone extroverted in their life, that brings it out of them. You need, like, in order to be healthy as an introvert and a shut-in, you need someone that can bring out that more social aspect of you. And obviously Go is transformed dramatically with Ash, which also fits in character, because Ash is known for changing people. That's how he is as a character. And the next person he needs to infect is Koharu, and they can all and then they'll all probably be very different by the end of the series. I think that stuff about Go, narratively, is just really, really cool, and I want them to do more with it, and, explore more of his sad side. When Ash isn't... One thing I loved about the eating episode, Ash wasn't there. That scientist tried to, talk to Go, and Go was kind of... Well, the scientist kind of saw it. Go was ready to, throw hands. He was aggressive, he was cold. He just didn't really want any of it. If Ash was there, he probably would have acted a bit differently, but, I think that's cool. His score bunny, his starter's actually really cool. I love his Cinderace. Apart from its voice. Its voice when evolved is so off-putting. No, it sounds like Cinderace. It sounds really, really weird. I can't... It's hard to explain. Another thing early, they turned down on it, but I'm one of the people who wasn't, when he would scream "Go" and catch Pokemon with the Pokeball. Now, obviously, I think it's fine that he's just catching them, because you can't have an episode or developing them. They kind of, and quite a few of his Pokemon do have personalities, like his Farfetch'd, and he does care for them, but it's kind of just. I wish Go had more effort into catching Pokemon than just throwing Pokeballs. And maybe just see, just a nice thing to just see him randomly, use his other Pokemon. Just, from time to time, you just see him randomly swapping his Pinsir or Cypher. I think stuff like that could be cool, especially since Go's a good battler, but he only battles with his starter, because he's how most of us probably were with our first games. Solo the game with our starter. Cinderace is strong, he's got nothing else, really. I'm gonna just close this up and say Go's actually a cool character, I like him. Yeah. He's no Dawn, though. Next person.
I'm gonna say this right now, bitch. I was one of the few people. I'm gonna say this right now, bitch. I'm one of the people who actually did form a team, because I'm not that much of an idiot. I know the importance of balance. Anyways, let's see who's next. Zeno, you're next.
Alrighty. So Go. I love this.
Okay, I'll go.
What?
Bye, Zana. No, we can.
Alright.
Hello.
Unlike a lot of people, Go is probably one of my favorite anime characters in the entire series. Probably just behind Brock and Ash. Because you can't get Ash for obvious reasons, and then Brock, Brock. But, yeah, I like Go a lot because I feel like he's a very relatable character to a lot of people who watch the Pokemon anime, especially in the community. Because I know a lot of us here, we might not be full-on introvert, but I know a lot of us here are more introvert than we are extrovert. And
I have no idea what that means.
I feel like it's kind of more relatable as a character than a lot of other characters in the series. Mainly since Pokemon Journeys has made it very apparent to make the series more modernized. Go's character development has been fantastic, and he definitely seems to be taking the more protagonist role in the series over Ash, which I'm completely fine with, because we've had Ash for 22 years. He doesn't need character development. Go needs the character development, at least in this series, and I feel like they've been doing a pretty decent job at delivering Go as an interesting character. I just think he needs more one-off episodes, and he needs to refine his goal a little bit more. But when it really comes to Go, I just think, he's a very nice person to go along with as Ash. They work really well together, and I definitely think, say, Gallows, your problem is that you don't, Go as the main protagonist, but then again, though, they can easily just introduce the new trainer of the region as the battler, instead of introducing them as whatever the other thing is, and then have Ash. But yeah, I definitely think really good overall as a character. I'm excited to see where they take him in the future, and that's really all I have to say, because everyone normally says everything I want to say before I get to say it, so that's it.
Alright, I think it's the media net.
Okay, I'm back. What's up?
What happened?
Well, Zeno said go, I go. Anyways, your turn.
It's
so you laughed. I didn't realize the joke. Okay. But no, I mean, yeah, a lot of similar to Zeno, a lot of people said some of the things that I said when it comes to Go. Although, funny thing, again, this kind of goes back to one of the earlier things I said about Go, where it's I originally thought Go was a girl. So originally, my point of view was, oh, that's such an original look for this new female companion. I'm excited to see what they do with her. And actually, I remember for a while. I don't know if anyone here remembers this, but I think wasn't there talks from the community thinking that Go might have actually been Pokemon's first ever transgender character or something like that. So then in my mind, I'm
listen,
yo, that is So then I'm like, yo, that is so progressive. I'm so excited to see what they do with this character. Like, that's gonna be cool. And then it's like, oh no, Go was just always a guy. And I'm like, oh.
Well, you lost that potential right there.
The Chinese would not allow for a transgender character.
Chinese?
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Yeah, we'll screw people who can't understand. Screw people who can't understand that people are people. Anyways, with that in mind,
So my teacher.
With that in mind, though, what I'll say with Go is, no, I liked Go, and I liked the word I'm always gonna say today, potential of his character when it comes to like his contrast to Ash, because again, similar to things that Rose and Xano actually said, I liked the possibility of having such an interesting character who is such an introvert interacting with Ash, who is the obvious extrovert, and seeing how they blend, seeing these moments, and I wanted to see that kind of develop a little more. I wanted this to feel, again, this is my vision of the show, but it's like, I wanted to see a little bit more focus on that friendship. Like, I didn't, in my point of view, I think even now, I feel like there should be a little bit more contrast between Go and Ash and what they're doing, and like kind of focusing a little bit more on that, because I know we had the Tokyo episode, and I know we had like the Bulbasaur episode, but like I feel like I would have liked a little bit more seeing Ash learning and understanding a little bit more about Go's life, because Go, I can't even say is anymore, because it's like he still has a couple of tendencies, but no, now he's, as Koharu said, he's becoming a lot more like Ash. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, it kind of seems like there's a story there that would have been interesting to see, specifically between Go and Ash, and them trying to become friends, and maybe hit some ups, hit some downs, and then learn through that experience together. It felt like a much more human story in a Pokemon in a Pokemon anime that I feel like never happened. It very much felt more like there weren't that many ups and downs. It was just a lot of ups, which is great. I'm glad that they're friends. And similar to what Xano said, I actually do feel like Go is one of, if not like, one of. I'm not gonna say he's not the, because that goes to like characters like Brock, but like, I definitely say that Go is one of the characters who is probably closest to Ash when it comes to relationships. He's not the closest, in my opinion. I was at first weirded out at the idea of him, catching Pokemon willy-nilly, throwing the ball, but then as I watched it, I'm just like, I kind of got more used to it, because it is a lot, in reality, it's a lot more realistic to how it would be, to how we do it in the games. Because let's be honest, at least, maybe you guys don't, but at least with me, when I play Pokemon, I try to capture every Pokemon I run into to fill up my Pokedex. But there are the Pokemon, the set Pokemon that I have a genuine relationship with, being usually like my starters and my main team. And then other Pokemon I just catch, I leave them in the box. I know there's the joke of, leaving them in the box forever, but we all know that, like, the box is just, at least in the anime, the box is the transportation system that leads them to wherever the lab of that professor is. So I don't think they're stuck in a computer forever. They're probably happy running around in a place just like Ghost Pokemon is. With that in mind, so that never really bothered me. What did kind of bother me is the overabundance of what's the word? Reliance on Cinderace, or Scorbunny, the Scorbunny line. But at the same time, again, I can see why that's relatable, because again, there are many trainers out there who play Pokemon games that rely on their starter more than any other Pokemon. I mean, heck, we had that situation technically. If you go back to Pokemon Origins with Red Story, the Pokemon he always used was friggin' Charmander to Charmeleon to Charizard. So it's like, That was always a thing there too. Always using
And
that
Red
one Pokemon.
caught them all, at least in Kanto.
Yeah, and Red caught them all. And none of us felt really weird about that, but I guess it's because we know it's a limited series. Meanwhile, here, there is that situation of, and this is where I feel like I'm going to be in contrast with Xano when I say, like, Xano and Brian, specifically, when I say that it's like, I like the idea of Go becoming, you know, I like the idea of transitioning from Ash to Go, and I like the idea of Go becoming the new protagonist, especially because it's such an easy thing to do, because, like, hey, look, his goal is to capture every Pokemon. We know Pokemon's never going to end, so he's forever going to be stuck on his journey, never getting close to that goal, which is kind of what Pokemon loves to do. They love, for some reason, Pokemon has this sick, twisted methodology, or I don't know how the
Methodology.
Methodology, thank you. Methodology of always making you feel like you're going to reach your goal and then taking it away from you until Alola happened. But that's my own goal. So then, that's just what Pokemon loves to do. They love to make you feel like you're going to achieve your dream until they take your dream away from you. So that's perfect for Go. With that in mind, though, it does go back to the whole thing about Ash, which is my main problem, is this show, yes, I can see where this show should be the transition from Ash to Go, but I am really bothered by the sloppy way they're doing it, because it's like, no, there needs to be an even amount, because, again, the main character is Ash. Yes, Go is the other protagonist, but if we are transitioning, then we need a proper transition. This is not proper. This is just Ash not doing a lot, Go doing a bunch, and then we're not getting the satisfactory conclude, or I don't know, because again, we're still early on in the show, so it's still too soon to say. But so far from what they're doing, it doesn't feel like we're headed to that satisfactory conclusion of a 20+ year long journey. Go. Oh my gosh.
Who the fuck is Joe?
Hey guys, the next Go's cousin Joe is joining the Pokemon anime in Gen 9.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh gosh, but I like Go.
That is literally something that Dub would do.
They would. I like Go as a character. I think he's interesting, but again, here's the thing with Pokemon Journeys to me. It is the show that has a lot of fantastic, great ideas. But similar to Sonic, like, this is why I call Pokemon Journeys the Sonic of the Pokemon anime. It's a show with great ideas, fantastic possibilities, but they don't go all the way. And they don't. And I'm sorry, no, I feel like no one can really say anything that'll change my mind on that, because it's like, I see such beautiful, wonderful stories to be told with these characters. Go specifically, I want to see that turmoil. I want to see what really led to him feel like this introverted thing. And as much as I love the Tokyo episode, I feel like that's not enough. Oh, boo-hoo! This one friend of yours wasn't around for this. It's like, that's sad, and I feel bad for you. But it's like, I feel like it would have been something bigger.
It would have been bigger. It would have been
maybe
bigger.
Maybe that he was bullied in school. I don't know, or something like that. Something that really pushes that whole introvert side of it.
That's I was just gonna add. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, that's why I said I was thinking back off of you, because it's like
they should have let Tokyo died. Huh?
Yeah, I know. But that's basically my opinion of it. Go is a fine character with great possibilities that are just not being met. He has potential that is not being met, and that's just my opinion about the whole show in general.
When you said great, I was scared at first because I thought you were about to say something nasty, and then you stopped. Koro, you're next.
I mean, I could have just gone and pulled a crash 3 where it's like, oh, in a nice big beach with a beautiful girl with nice big bags of ice for my aching head.
Okay,
Go
so
on,
when the
Carl.
Pokemon Journeys anime began 1 year ago, and we see the premise of the character of Go of wanting to catch them all, like the English logo was back in the day in Gen 1 and 2, I was like, you gotta be joking, right? There is no way he will catch them all. There is no space, even if Sakuragi has like an oak coral, and he has the Sakuragi Park, but the Pokemon always being caught, at least to me back in 1 year ago, I knew that we were going to have the problem of the more he catches, the less potential and development each individual Pokemon they will have. Each less development each Pokemon will have. Which, well, turns out to be true. In the Scorbunny episode with the Gigantamax Snorlax, it was okay, but then we have Go catching all of the 12 bugs of Kanto. That's an issue for me because, well, many of them are not earned. He doesn't catch them and evolves, no, it catches them each and every single one on the first try without battling. It was an issue for me. And then we see the Battle Frontier, where, okay, yeah, Ash is not retcon or rebooted in his battle skills, okay. Then we see the window dressing of continuity of Sinnoh because they go to Snow Point and we have a Piplup and a Krogunk. The Ho-Ho episode is no other issue. And then we see the Dragonite and I'm like, okay, I'm getting my hopes up, but then the Dugong scene. So, I know why they are doing this with the character of Go, giving them all of these Pokemon and having them all in the Sakuragi Park. The show, along with Go and Team Rocket's Gacha Machine, they want for Pokemon Journeys or Pokemonsters 2019 to be a show where every single Pokemon is showcased. So, they want for Go to catch as many as he can, and maybe the ones he won't are the ones shown in the Gacha Machine. However, this leads to an issue where we see Go catching Pokemon that other companions had but never develop more, like Tracy Scyther or Clemens Bunnelby. We see Go catching Pokemon that Ash already caught in the past, like Heracross and Butterfree. And then we see Go catching Pokemon that no other character had, or if they had, it was just the character of the day. And again, accumulation and potential. Go has amazing Pokemon that he can work with, like Darmanitan, Stantler, Dugong, Mischievous, and sometimes he's going to catch Pokemon that many people don't want him to catch just because they wanted for Ash to have those Pokemon. One of the biggest examples is Flygon. I know why they want for Go to have this Pokemon. They want for Go to showcase how every single Pokemon works and operates. Like, for example, we never saw Ash's Caterpie being like a web shooter. So, I know what they are trying to do with the character of Go. Even though if the caring for the Pokemon is kind of shallow, because they are only focusing on Cinderace. But yeah, the kid has potential. I love the character of Go. He has tons of interactions. The whole Tokyo conundrum, yeah. However, I really hope that that Tokyo is just not a character of the day, because if it is, I would have preferred the whole he died while he was sick or Go being bullied in school, because, well, Go was 5 and Koharu was 5, so they saw Mew before attending elementary school, so Go being all like wanting attention, saying he saw Mew, and Koharu just trying to not get involved in the whole situation because, oh, you saw Mew with Koharu, so she has to be a trainer, yada yada yada. It would have made more sense, so that's why I really wish for that Tokyo, because Tokyo is a very important character for Go's character. So I don't want for Tokyo to just be a character of the day. Just like make him like Stefan in Best Wishes. We always thought Stefan was going to be a character of the day. He turned out to be a rival. Same goes for Johto. When we saw like, oh, Casey and Sakura are just going to be characters of the day. They show up in Chronicles often. So, again, this series has potential, but they are not filling the criteria as of now. Journeys is having a rough start with Year 1, but I like the character of Go. He's very energetic, he's very knowledgeable, and he's very introvert. So in a way, Go is basically the fan base of Pokemon being self-inserted as one accumulated character in Pokemon Journeys. And again, his analytical knowledge is contrasting with Ash's empirical knowledge. So in a way, Go is the reason, while Koharu or Chloe is more of the heart of the show. So heart and reason are always in contracts with one another, and that's where Ash enters to the fray to develop them both, because Ash is like the instinct of the Journeys trio. So when heart and reason don't always go hand in hand, sometimes you have to listen to your guts, and that's where Ash joins, because Go and Koharu went to Oak Summer Camp when Ash wasn't, so he most likely went in the year after, and that's where he met Serena. However, Koharu leading Go to the summer camp. They met Mew, the baby Kangaskhan, Pichu. Pichu grew, developed, and became a Pikachu. In a way, this is the chain of events where Koharu influenced Go, and it all happened to Pikachu evolve and become Ash's Pikachu, and then Pikachu and Ash help Go, and Go is helping Koharu. It's a cyclical show of events, so these three are always connected from the very start. And that's why I see potential in the character of Go, because the Pokemon he's trying to aim for, it's Mew. It's the Pokemon that contains the genes of all others. So Go's very simplistic nature is that if I can understand one, I can understand all. And when Mewtwo of all characters questioned Go, and Go did not hold back for 1 second, he told Mewtwo straight ahead why he catches Pokemon. Mewtwo did not hated the kid. He embraced the challenge that Go was providing him. So, and we have to see the Pokemon he catches. Cinderace is a bunny. It's about growth and reproduction. Sobble, it's a lizard. It's about adaptability and going invisible, just like Mew. If he catches Grookey or Thwackey, it's a simian that evolved into humans. So, the Galar starters, in a way, are about growth, development, change, adaptability, evolution. The starters that Go will have, all in a way linked to Mew. Even Koharu's Pokemon linked to her personality. Yamper is a dog, it shows Koharu's heart and loyalty. Eevee shows the unlimited potential. So we cannot talk about Go without talking about Koharu, because these two were always together. So for one to grow, the other has to grow as well, even if not in every single episode. But I adore the character of Go. The way that, he's not a battler. He's not a battler by desire, but yes, by need. When the circumstances occur, Go needs to battle. He's like Gohan from Dragon Ball. He has the potential, but not the flair. Go battled legendaries. He caught Eternatus. He was the one who deduced the story of Galar, a region that it's not his own. He basically did Sonia's homework. We cannot hate the character of Go because he's using his knowledge. He's using everything he's seeing, from Ash to new characters to old people in his life to people that he never thought he would see again, but then he saw again, to people that Ash influenced and are influencing Go back, like Gherkin and even Kiawe. And this is just in 1 year. So, to all of the Go haters, you can just go, literally, just go, bye-bye. And this is why I love the character. I cannot hate the character of Go. Symbolically, narratively, aesthetically, he's the perfect foil for Ash's protagonism. You know how Paul was the perfect rival and Halan was the perfect mirror? Go is the perfect companion.
Yeah, Kuro, adding on to like one thing you said, the character archetypes, by the way, is a writing construct that actually is not only Gohan and Goku, but also Ash and Go. See, is the active character archetype and the reactive character archetype.
Yeah, Go is very reactive. He's passive. Yeah. He's reactive.
Yeah, the active character, they make things happen by their own actions, like Ash. He's headstrong, he goes into things. The reactive character goes into action because of and affects something happening to him.
His development, when Go is alone, the development is very personal. When he's with Ash, the development is earned, even if circumstantial.
Because they need the active character to create something for them to react to. So it's a very
without conflict, there is no growth. Yeah. And Pokemon is a show about conflict, in battles, in contests, in catching competitions. It's about life. Life is always about conflict and confrontation. Go cannot avoid that. That's why coming out of his shell and not being an introvert anymore, like, there is a way, like, he knows how the world of Pokemon is. But there is one thing about knowing how the world is and actually exploring it. And the year one of Journeys was that for Go. And no other person could mentor him better than Alola champion Ash. Yeah. And that's to all of the people who are saying that, oh, Go is developing so fast. Do you realize who is mentoring him? Like, everyone's saying, oh, Sawyer was in the top 4 of the Kalos League. That was rushed. Yeah, it was rushed. Sawyer's development was all off-screen. We see Go in every single episode. Heck, we have an episode where Go is there, but Ash isn't. We have an episode dedicated to Go's backstory when he met Mew. We never saw backstory episodes for the other characters until mid-show when they have 1 or 2 flashback episodes. They knew from the very start what they wanted to do with the character of Go, and also the character of Koharu. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Alright.
Sorry if it's on goggles, but
no, that was amazing. That was literally incredible.
I have to defend the kid. And the gap.
I think most of us here, everyone here likes Go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, I ship Go and Koharu because they are what Ash and Serena sadly weren't. Childhood friends who stuck together.
Yes.
So
I gotta be honest.
My shipping goggles and bias are 100% on this. But I'm not talking what I'm saying.
You meant Dawn, right? Yeah, you meant Dawn.
Yeah,
anyway.
I was gonna say that. Kuro, that was incredible. Like, that was really
Yeah, that was very poggers.
Alright,
Giggle Blister, what's the next thing?
Topic, even though we've been already on podcast for like 2 hours already.
Alright, I know this, and I know full well we're not gonna get through everything, so we're gonna skip a few things. Number 1, we're gonna skip Koharu, even though I like Koharu. There's not much to talk about.
That's not much of her in season 1, so yeah.
And
plus Kuro commented a lot on Koharu.
Yeah,
so
and
in past PokeChats, we've talked a lot about... Because, like, we don't have to go through everything.
Week.
Yeah, we
don't have to do everything in extreme detail because all of our PokeChats have been us going through Journey Season 1. This is just like a condensation of everything that we like and don't
and-
like.
okay,
So we don't have to
yeah.
go in like extreme detail because
So-
we've said a lot of this
so-
like
so-
in the
so-
past.
Not to mention that we literally just had the Kaharu episode last week, so it's not like we really need to talk about anything new when it comes to Kaharu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
be right
We
back.
have
I'm
an
gonna get
episode
ready for
dedicated
work.
to her.
All right. So
So-
what is the next topic?
Oh my goodness! Will you let me,
Yes, Knuckle
will you let me
Master.
speak?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness! Zeno! Pal! Buddy!
Yes,
Step in my
yes.
office. Step in my office. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You come to me on the last day of PokeChat to ask us what's the next topic. How dare you, sir? Motherfucker. Alright.
Typical Zano.
Let's execute him. Alright, okay. Zano, how do you want to die? By gunshot or bricks?
Wait, bricks?
How
Yes.
about I just like get Thanos snapped?
No. You need me to listen.
All
Oh, bye, Zano. Nice knowing you, buddy.
All right, see you
What?
guys later.
Realistically, though. Alright, enough looking in the
Mr.
past.
Lynch, I don't feel so good.
Giggle.
Oh, wait.
Goggles.
Alright, enough of this. Alright, instead, now then, you guys did mention, alright, we don't have to go into details, so instead of looking in the past, I say we look to the future. Ow. So, the next topic, and I think this will be the last one, what do we hope for Journeys to both improve, or what do we want to see in Journeys?
If it's alright with you guys, can I say my piece and then go? Because I gotta get ready for
Yeah,
Go
work.
ahead,
for-
go ahead, you
like,
go
Sure.
start. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sure
man.
thing.
For me, the thing that I want most from Journeys is exactly what I said at the very beginning of this podcast, which is there's a lot of potential that the show has. It arguably still has potential to be one of, if not the best series, but I feel like in order for it to do that, there are 2, maybe 3 things it has to do. Number 1, it has to develop each of the characters that are introduced to us, specifically Go and Koharu, because it looks like they are like, it looks like they, along with Ash, are like the main trio of this series. So we need them to develop. We need to see what their goals are, what they want to do, what it is. We need to see them become full-fledged characters that we can all care about and enjoy. Second, I feel like there definitely needs to be more direction in the show of what the show needs to be. There needs to be an understanding of what it is, because first it starts off as episodic, then they go into the whole point of like, oh wait, but there is continuity, and it's like no, either go full on continuity or don't. Like there should not be an in between, because that's what's causing some of people's least favorite episodes to come in. If anyone here has seen the PokePod, y'all saw KG freaking like going off. Like you saw his reactions. Freaking Mewtwo was a mess. So it's like there needs to be that, and then the final thing and the most important thing for me, I'm gonna say for me, put more emphasis on the fact that this is Pokemon. This is Pocket Monsters. This is from my understanding, this seems to be the big show, the big like finale for at least Ash. And we didn't even talk about Team Rocket about it, but it's like, but I'm focusing more on Ash. In the case of, there needs to be finality. If this is the final adventure, because it really feels like it, that's just what it has to be. There needs to be this respect. Because I'm sorry, Ash does not feel respected. And it goes back to the whole problem of continuity. Where they put in continuity so we know it exists, but then they don't put it in parts that there really should be. And it's become a problem. Why didn't Mewtwo and Ash have more of a conversation? Why didn't people recognize Ash as the Hellllloooo champion? Why is it that Ash never mentions any of his past adventures to these other friends and people, aside from maybe to go about his journey in Alola. But it's like, there's a lot, and I know it's hard. I know that there's a lot of real world thing and a bunch of real life things being like, oh, the writers are doing this, the people want to do this, the chart says this. But I'm like, similar to what Gago says about being, about him being wanting to be an anime creator. Like I've been a part of shows. I'm making shows, and like, and I also understand what Gago's mentioned. It's like, dude, I don't know if this is Ash's last journey, but if it is, they're doing a horrible job to represent it. Horrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree, bro.
Yeah, they're doing a horrible job, because it's like, there needs to be finality. And it's not just finality. Like, look at other anime. We don't even have to talk about other show. If you want to be like, oh, well, this works in this show because it's made in the Western, or like, well, this is an anime, fine. Look at freaking, like, besides all the things that people want to say about this thing sucking or not, look at Naruto. Look at Naruto and their final story. The majority of Naruto's friends appeared in that final big climactic arc to join him for that final battle. And it's like, stuff like that.
The work was bad. I'm sorry, I'll shut up now.
Don't get me copyright, bitch.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking to Zeno.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's like, that's just what it is. It's like, whether or not it's good or bad, there has to be this feeling of, like, respect for all of the Pokemon anime. Because that's what it should be if there is an end. It's not just, oh, because imagine this. You're telling me that everyone here is going to be okay if the show ended, Ash becomes world champion. It's like, but you don't see any reference to anything that led him. You're telling me that you're going to be okay if Ash goes to the top 8 of the world championship and he only sticks with the Pokemon that he caught in Journeys? You're telling me you're going to be okay if no one from his past showed up in order to congratulate him from finally achieving his ultimate goal, which I still believe his whole idea of being a Pokemon master, though it's vague. We keep saying, oh, but it's vague. Oh, we don't know what it wants to be, blah, blah, blah. The show keeps changing it. But we know what the constant thing is. We know what the constant topic is. And that is the fact that he's a battler. He's a battler. So it's like, what bigger thing is there to be the world championship of battling? And I'm sorry, like, I'm getting really... like, it gets me. It gets me every time I freaking bring it up, and it gets me tired sometimes. But it's like, that's what it is. That's where my heart lies. If there's anything that I want to see, I want them to show respect.
Not to mention that the ending of Ash's journey is just not only the ending of Ash's journey, but also of Team Rocket. Not just Jesse and James and Meowth, but Team Rocket. And we have Mewtwo.
Where's my 4th grade
The end of Ash. Yeah, exactly. There's the end of Ash signifies the end of a 20-year-long journey, and everything and everyone connected to that 20-year-long journey. So the end of Ash is the end of everyone that you care about when it comes to the Pokemon anime, except for maybe a few because they're game characters or because they're professors. Like, the end of Ash arguably means the end of Delia, the end of Jesse James Meowth, the end of Misty, Brock, Gary, Tracy, May, Max, Dawn, Iris, Silent, Serena, Clement, Bonnie, Malo, Lana, Sophocles, Kiawe, Lily, Gladion, go. All of them. It's the end of them all. Because it's the end of Ash. The only characters that I think will probably stick around is Oak and other Pokemon professors, because they're the ones who give you Pokemon.
And maybe potentially Go if he and maybe
potentially Go. The only thing that I could see happen in a hypothetical time skip is that we have a Origins movie like the story of Red, and that Origins movie is Pokemon Origins, but it's the origins of Lei doing the trials of Alola, because instead of doing Alola again. imagine this. We see Lei as the protagonist. The mentor role could be either Parker or Max or Bonnie, because they are 5 to 7 years older than Lei, and Go actually being the professor. Because Go, by a time skip, in a time skip perspective, Go will most likely achieve what every professor's dream is, to complete the Pokédex.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Go becoming a professor. Like, yeah, that's actually a really curious. That's actually very
No, because this is why I'll just say this right now. What I want for the future, the character of Hop.
I'm actually gonna get going, but Kuro, please continue.
Because the only issue that I have is the character of Hop. Hop is Leon's brother.
Everyone, so this will be the last.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy. See you guys.
Yeah, sure thing. Take care.
The
character of Hop. If Journeys only has 2 more years, if it ends in 2022, 25 years after Pokemon began in 1997, if the show only has 2 more years, they only have 95 more episodes to work with. And if Hop doesn't show midway around 70 to 75, Hop, the rival of the games, Leon's brother, the end goal of Ash, it's disrespectful for Hop. The only thing that I can see Journeys saving Hop and all of the Galar rivals is doing a summer camp arc in the Isle of Armor, where everyone has like a junior cup to battle Mustard, has the final challenge. You know how basically the junior cup was the winner gets to battle Hulder. Yeah, they could do that in the Isle of Armor, but we need to see. Also, the character of Hop. Hop is a battler, but also he wants to research Pokemon. And Hop basically has around 15 Pokemon in his roster in the games, and he becomes an assistant to Sonia. I want for the character of Hop in the Pokemon anime to be a rival to Ash and Go, basically like Nando was in Diamond and Pearl. But yeah, that's my main want for Journeys in year 2. Because if Hop is shown in year 3, they're going to ruin him, like they did with How.
Rip Malasada boy.
Fuck Hal.
Alright.
Alright, it's turn now.
Alright.
Well, yeah.
Since both Mia and Cora have finally won, we're gonna go on with the other person. So who's the next guy?
It's my turn.
It's Red Rose's turn.
Let's go, Red Rose.
I just want to point out this whole.
Yes, let's go. Now, I got to go after my good broker of it, and what I'm gonna say is that I think the main thing Journeys has to do, and this could actually solve most of the problems of the series, is time management and the way they're using the way they're using their episodes. For example, you can have filler. You need to make room for things. They've made no room for Ash's Pokemon. For example, Dragonite, Gengar, and Kamanegi. They're neglected, but we've been over that. Imagine some of the filler episodes, or maybe some episodes swapped around, so they could have their own episodes, like every other series. Like usually, when Ash catches a Pokemon, it's pretty, it has quite a few episodes devoted to it. Ash got Poipole, and it was hanging around for ages. Meltan had a really long arc growing with Rowlet and becoming part of the team, for example, just from the most recent series. And every other series has, expanded on Pokemon. Even Sinnoh did Gible honestly, even Sinnoh, at the point where they introduced Gible, they managed the time with Gible so well that, you can't talk trash about Gible. If they just used... Because it's just misdirection, I think.
Yeah, the Farfetch... The Farfetch episode wasn't Farfetch's episode to begin with. It was Ryan versus Leon.
And that was literally one of the worst battles in the entire series. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. That was one of the worst Pokemon battles in the anime I've seen. That animation was garbage.
The battle.
Wait, what battle are we talking about?
Leon versus Ryan.
I mean, any battle with Leon's bad.
Journeys can have good battles, and and the animation's kind of inconsistent sometimes. But Journeys can have good battles and animation. Ash versus the Electric Leader was so promising. You had Gengar's debut battle. It was pretty cool. That is my favorite episode of Journeys, probably. You have the battle was really well animated. It had good callbacks and actually did continuity well. They didn't have to have search there, but they could nod, and Ash even reuses that same strategy. The battle was well choreographed. It was also showing Raboot's interest in battling. It was just a great overall episode, and you have like the Masters 8 battles just being kind of lackluster. But they could also swap around time for just better continuity. And for this one, I'm gonna use Karina and Mewtwo, the most notorious examples of things that are kind of cool, but really don't change anything. The Mewtwo episode had no consequences. The continuity was incredibly vague. Ash recognized it was Mewtwo, but no one within the anime itself, no outside sources. You have no idea if that was the same one from movie 1, which is what got people excited. And Karina, it was so hyped when Karina was revealed in that Journeys trailer, where we also that Journeys trailer was so hyped. You saw a bunch of Sonya, Leon, Raihan. You saw Karina PWC battles. Karina came back and got absolute. That was just injustice. She came back. She got nerfed in the battle that she should have won. And then not only that,
they bigger threat if Bayer beat Karina, the writers.
They just had her get washed by everyone, by Ash's newly caught Dragonite, and that incredibly was done. I think it was an alright battle, but even then, it was just kind of cool because it was Karina. If you replaced Karina with any other trainer, it wouldn't matter. Also with time management, the PWC battles, we even though we did just get a lot of plot stuff, there hasn't been any in over 10 episodes, I'm pretty sure. And they were very nice. They're very nice ways to keep filler episodes, or episodes that would otherwise be boring, interesting. The Pokemon orientation event with Ash and Go and the kids, that Meganium battle was a pretty cool way. It kept the reader engrossed. It kept the watchers and us engrossed in the episode, because we had a cool battle and to keep us absorbed when it was mainly a dialogue heavy episode. Journeys could have used more time with Koharu. I know it's a meme about her screen time, but it's true. She's being mismanaged, especially since I know this is kind of a pattern though, because Serena was treated the exact same way, but they had so many. What?
I was just gonna say really quickly, because you mentioned Chloe and her screen time. Shut up, Koharu. Come back when you're a main character.
Yeah, come back when you're a main character. But it would be cool if she was. No, don't worry, mate. It would be cool if they used more episodes like that. But they're not. They just aren't planning things out well. In fact, Journeys hasn't got a plot or anything like that. It's just Ash and Go doing things, and occasionally something happens. And it's kind of just lackluster in that way. If it was like a traditional format, I'm not saying traveling. Oh, traveling, I have a whole thing of how I would change journeys. But if they just use those episodes focusing on the Pokemon and characters like that they own, and that would just make it more interesting. In fact, I'll just do so I don't go on too long. I'm just going to do a quick thing of what I would do differently with journeys quickly. Move Cerise, Kararu, and Go. Just move that gang to Galar. That changes absolutely nothing. You can have Ash. You can have Galar be Ash's home base. Just have him acknowledge as a good trainer and that Sakuragi needs help from a strong trainer. If you move the base, also, so it's not in Vermilion where Ambipom is, if you move the base away to Galar where I can't think about, where Ambipom doesn't live in my head rent-free, then we can actually, you can show off the region. Like, we've barely seen much of Galar. We've been to, like, 4 total places in the region, which is kind of sad, because Galar has some of the best, like, characters in the series. Like, well, like, characters gym leader, right? Like, Galar's very good at world building wise. It, like, everything's interconnected. Gym leaders, everyday people, they have lives. The anime could translate that really well, but why would they do that?
Things.
Yeah. Like, why would they do that?
You're right. The region is very connected. They have the trains, they have the Corbinite taxis. That's why Ash had the Dragonite. Like, if not for Team Rocket, Ash could have kept the Dragonair. But no, we need a Dragonite for Ash to fly around. That's the whole thing Dragonite is for. Transportation.
Yeah. That's insane. And maybe have Ash have Ash, and by having Ash's Galar as his home base, have him explore Galar, and maybe have him in between Pokemon World Championships. He challenges gyms, and sometimes he'll go, and sometimes when they detect something, or Go wants to catch more Pokemon in a certain region, have filler episodes in other regions, or plot episodes in other regions. No, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, companions, hold Pokemon. Like, I want that as much as the next guy, but we need to actually flesh out these characters first. You didn't see Ash bring back his Pokemon at the start of Sinnoh. He waited until the league where his Sinnoh team was fully developed. Then he can have everyone back as equals. It would just not be as entertaining if we didn't watch Ash grow his team in this way. Then you can have an excuse for Ash to just have Galar Kaminegi. He has a Pokemon. He goes around because his team's fairly international. He's got Kanto, Galar, and Cinnamons. Yeah, like you can keep that aspect, keep the narrative, keep it flowing. You can do everything Journeys is trying to do, but better. It
would make the max raid battles with legendaries more immersive, the Gigantamax more immersive, getting the Galar starters more of a choice and not of a circumstance. Honestly, the hub for Journeys could be not Wedgehurst, because that's where Magnolia is, but I can see either Winden or Motostoke.
I'd say Winden or Motostoke too, yeah.
I say Chichester.
So,
but yeah, I see what you mean, man. Though I see what you mean.
I like the music in Chichester.
And also like having Ash and go Ash base and Galar exploring and doing gyms, and sometimes going to other regions. That's way better because journeys are so tiring. They're just in a new region every week. You know, they're just kind of there. You know, they just do something, no time passes, they just go back. It's so inconsequential. So that when Ash does go to other regions, it's more special. Like in Journeys, you're just like, nowadays in Journeys, you're just kind of like, they're in Unova, they're in Hoenn, they're in Kanto, they're in Johto, you know? It's just very monogamous.
Or they're just in Vermilion, and well, God, they're in Kanto, and then you're like, no, they're not in Kanto. They are just in Vermilion City. There are places in Kanto where they don't visit.
At this point, Brock and Misty
also bring back the Rainbow Wing.
Well,
Also, bring up the damn
Bring back the
Rainbow Wing
Rainbow
and not
Wing,
have
what
that
the-
stupid
that doesn't
nostalgia-baiting episode.
Yeah.
But anyway,
just like-
I'm done
yeah.
for now.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Alright,
Red
who's
Rose.
next?
I think you break Carl's record right now.
Well, to be fair, I
And
can say,
again,
I don't usually say
in
much.
in Red Rose's defense, he was talking more of what he wanted and not what he expects. Because
Yeah.
at this point, we are in a point of journeys that it doesn't matter what we expect for journeys because it's not going to happen. So it's better that our hopes are low.
Oh, so basically,
Yeah, my
me
hopes
during the
have always
finale of
been
a certain
low for
series.
Pokemon.
Okay, then.
Now it's Xanol's turn, or is it Brian's?
I haven't even gone yet. I'm gonna go last.
That
Wait,
is
did
the
Brian not speak already?
No, neither Brian or I have spoken yet.
Oh, it's Brian's
Nor
turn.
have I.
Brian.
Alright, Brian. Tell us what you got.
Brian, go right ahead. What,
Brian. Okay, so my hopes for Pokemon Journeys would be, well, most things have already been said, but possibly for like year 2. So have more arc-based episodes. Of course, we've all wanted that, and keep episodes more like have more continuity of episodes. Like they've already started doing it a bit with the last 2 episodes we got with the food eating competition and then going to Unova, which was already a little bit like, oh, they won the thing to be able to go to Unova, so that was really good. So being able to link episodes. Secondly, more episodes based on like Ash and Go, maybe more with their Pokemon and doing more training arts with them or train stuff to help them. So like, for example, not just having like maybe start off the episode not just like training for like 1 second and then they're like going, like actually like having a good maybe 10 minutes like doing something to help with their Pokemon to help them, like can actually show a bond, not just like, oh yeah, they have a bond because they've been together for 40 episodes. Like they need to show it more. Also, like for arcs, I really want. So I'm thinking of doing a video on this soon as well, because to get back into the mood of just doing videos on actual topics. But things I would like to see in the Pokemon, like Pokemon Journeys. For example, I really want to see an episode or an arc where maybe not even, it doesn't have to be like Dawn or anyone coming back, but like Ash and Go take part in a concert, or in Diamond and Pearl they do like a tag battle competition, or in Black and White like how they did the battle club in like Don George's tournaments, you see. So I really want stuff like that to return, because those build up perfect stuff. Like we could definitely see like maybe in a battle club, for example, Ash went up against Iris that time, we could possibly see Ash versus Go, or bring back older characters and like mix it up, like, you know,
Here's the thing, Brian. We have a tag battle tournament in Galar that could easily be in Journeys, the Star Tournament from the post game.
Oh yeah, true.
They can have Ash and Go tag battle. They can have Go and Koharu tag battle.
No, I don't want fucking Carl to compete in that thing. I've already dealt with a cute girl in a freaking competition like that. I don't need just a second one.
But on top of that, I just want to see. Of course, you all want to see more characters, but just the writers to like. Well, there's nothing really we can do. I don't know. Maybe just change up. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed, but I just hope they can be able to like go away from that episodic nature and develop the characters more. They did say they were gonna. They did say they were going to do an interview with Chloe about Chloe's goal, but I've never seen that, so... Because I really want to know what's her actual goal. She can't just be in the series just to get Pokemon and make bonds with them. Like, of course that's amazing, like, we're happy, but we need a goal for her. Which is... That's why I'm pretty sure that's why most of the fans don't really... Some don't like Koharu or / Chloe because she doesn't actually have a goal. Or they haven't hinted towards a goal at all. And yeah, but apart from that, Chloe's an awesome character. Go is just going in the perfect direction. Ash is going in a good direction, like his character, but they just need to actually develop his team and his goal. Like, make his goal I don't know what they could do. That's why they're not really doing that.
It's very simple. It's very simple, Brian. Here's the thing. They should give the World Championships a feeling of a second Battle Frontier, where Ash brings the veterans from Oak's Lab to Sakuragi's Park, and the old ones teach the newbies how to battle. They are in Kanto. It could work like, hey, Professor Oak, can you, for example, bring Alucha so that he can spar with Lucario? Can you bring Bulbasaur to train Gengar in poison moves? Can you bring Staraptor to teach Dragonite to fly faster? Yo.
Yeah, that's the truth. Like, Ash is not using all of his resources. Well, the writers aren't. Like, they could bring back so many, like, different things. Like, another thing, like Nut was saying, respect. They're not giving Ash respect at all. When he goes to Alola, no one even noticed that was Ash. Like, this guy's champion. Like, the writers are messing up. Like, Ash is a champion.
He should literally be, like, one of the world's most biggest celebrities at this point. Because he's not... Yeah, he isn't the Alola
just champion. The Alola champion.
The first Alola champion.
No, and not only that, he's the guy who defeated Drake in the Orange Islands. He conquered the Battle Frontier. He saved Sinnoh, Unova, and even Kalos.
This dude should have been known after. This dude should have been known after the Silver League conference.
The Battle Frontier did that. They even show him being in the World Cup.
Alright, well, Brian, I'm gonna have to finish now.
And that's why I love AG.
Sorry. Xano, you can go, bro.
Oh, you're done? Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Well, funny thing is that I literally just released a video on this, like, literally 2 hours ago.
Yeah, okay, there's no point for you to talk. Okay, zip it.
What? No. So my hopes are, I really hope they change the art style back to the X1. I'm sorry. Alright. But like, when it comes to Journeys, my biggest hope is that it gets good. That's it. That's literally my only hope. And in my opinion, like, is everyone saying like Ash doesn't get respect and all that stuff? And while that is a problem, I like to think of the anime a lot more realistically than a lot of other people. He's not gonna get that respect. He's just not gonna get it. He hasn't had it since what? XY? DW? He hasn't had it really since the end of Diamond and Pearl.
Most one was just like when Ash mentioned he beat Brandon and Paul freaked out. That was about it.
Yeah, like, he hasn't had that level of respect since the old era. The writers don't care about giving Ash respect because they stopped treating him like an actual protagonist after Diamond and Pearl. Now he's just here for the sake of being here. He's not here to be the protagonist of the show. He's here because they can't get rid of him at this point.
Even though if you look at Nerdization, he should have ended a long time ago. But anyways.
Yes, he should have been. He literally should have been ended either in Gen 2 or Gen 4. But they kept him along, and now they're in a position where everyone wants him to end his character, and they can't do it the correct way because one, it's not the same writers, and two, they just don't care. So although they should have more respect for Ash, I honestly don't think it's gonna happen. But as for like my hopes from a realistic point of view, is I want to see the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra as arcs, and I want them to go back there several times. I want to see more episodes in Alola, because I love Alola. So, it doesn't even have to be with the Alola game, just have more episodes in Alola, because that'd be really fun. I want to see...
with the Crown Tundra tackling the Moan arc, they will return to Alola.
Oh no, they're definitely going to return to Alola. They're not going to have one episode in Alola, and that's it. I'm saying, like... So yeah, very similar to what Brian said, like...
If Ash is to return to Alola after the Moan arc in the Crown Tundra, because that's because of the Ultra Beasts, I can see Kukui calling Ash, "Hey, you need to defend your champion title. Another kid won the Alola League," and you see Kiawe.
That'd be great, but I was just saying.
No.
No, it's not. It's kind of unrealistic. But I love that. But like I'm saying, like
no, because I already know.
It would be even Max.
I already know how the fight's gonna end.
I was just gonna say though, like give us the Eye of Honor, the content, or give us a little, give us those things like when Brian said, like, I want to see the Don George tournament comes back. I want to see contests come back. I want to see showcases come back. I want to see all this stuff come back. Because this is a World Series. Not even the fact of, hey, maybe one of Ash's companions could be here. No, not even that. But if you're showcasing the Pokemon world, showcase the world. Don't just go to the region. Show the people the culture of the region, the people of the region, the spirit of the region. Like,
there's something that it's a tournament that it could be set up in any region. They could bring 3 characters for that tournament, and those are May, Dawn, and Serena. They could easily make Vermilion be the new hub for a Wallace Cup.
I mean, yeah, like, and then like, it's just.
Ambipom Wallace Cup.
Okay, I was gonna say though, but like, it's just Pokemon Journeys. I'm looking at it more, and this is gonna be really, really weird. I'm looking at it more towards Go than Ash at this point, because it just seems like that's the character they're gonna do more with. And I would rather spend my time with the character they're gonna do more with than the character they're not gonna do with. And now I definitely prefer Ash over Go. I've been with the guy for years. The problem with that is that I don't want to get my hopes up. And then, like what Pedro's done, he's gotten so frustrated over the fact that they haven't respected Ash. And I don't want that to happen to me, because I don't want to go in expecting Ash to do all this stuff and have all this continuity, and then they're just gonna Riolu, vacuum wave, or something. Also, I want to see the Pokemon be more evenly spread out, and I want to just see more interactions with characters, and also have the plot actually, like, start, because very similar to Sun and Moon, the plot really didn't start until Season 2, but even in Sun and Moon, we still had some of the plot, where in Journeys, we've had virtually none in the first season. It's literally just all been, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this, let's do that. Maybe one or a few episodes resulting in the actual story, but in reality, it hasn't really been all that much. Probably no more than 15 out of the 40-something episodes we have. And you know, that, like, if you guys want to hear more, check out the video, because I talk a lot more in depth about it there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say.
Pokemon is basically being Gintama at this point. You have a city, it can happen plot and filler, and it's very disconnected even though it's there, so. But Gintama has a different formula, and Pokemon cannot work with that.
Alright, Goggles, it is your turn.
Let's go, Goggles!
Alright, my turn. Alright. Now, similar to most of these fine folks here who have said, I do agree with some of what they said. Yes, I want to see some more arcs within the series, because, let's be honest, the Darkest Day arc was probably one of the greater arcs. The only issue, though, is that it had 4 episodes. If it had that one extra episode, it would have been perfect. Not as perfect, but perfect. Another thing, there's the one thing, I'm begging you, I don't give a shit if you gotta diss Ash, because let's be honest, I don't fucking care about Ash anymore. I don't give a shit if you gotta give Go a fucking shiny Rayquaza. I don't give a shit if you give Chloe fucking Mew instead of Go, and you make Chloe win the Kato so you can beat Alon in a 6v1. Actually, I would catch you kind of kill because I like Alon.
Blast over?
Shut up. The one thing.
EVS copycat. She can copy Blast Burn.
The one thing I want, you sons of bitches, that I want to see is realistic, but will they do it? I don't fucking know because I don't trust them. Give me a fucking 3v3, you piece of shits. That's it. That what? Do you guys really think I was gonna go into that? I just want a 3v3 finally. Look, I'm sick and tired of seeing 2v2s.
Oh. That is true.
Goggles spitting like facts.
It's a problem that started. Alola actually started that problem because Alola did the exact same thing with his battles.
And that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to wait 2 or 3 years.
But at least Alola, but at least Alola had battles.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no one
Journeys barely has battles.
Yeah, we haven't had
well,
a
no, the
PWC
battle,
match
the ones that we do get.
Yeah, if the Farfetch episode doesn't have a World Championships battle, it's 12 episodes without a battle that matters for ranking.
Yeah, alright.
Well, no, I've been more.
I hear the sadness.
I'll give credit to Journeys, though. I've been more invested in this than I was in like the last series. That's because it's more frequent battles. Because one thing I did
Yeah,
like,
well,
Lana was only
I like-
in one
we all know you
episode.
don't
Lana
like
was in every
so it makes more
episode.
sense.
in the other.
Yeah,
And,
like the thing about Journeys is
I
that
can,
honestly,
I
right now,
will say this. I will admire Sun and Moon for focusing on more slice and life and family orientation. But I'm the one who
it's
likes
just not
more
your
battle.
it's not just your cup of tea. That's the thing. It just wasn't like the series you were looking for.
It wasn't the
right?
one. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was for you. It's just like it wasn't. I can, like I said, I can admire and appreciate because like I am a sucker for like moments like that, like little moments was like a slice in life. Like that's one of the reasons why I like some of the film on Dragon Ball Z and Super to some degree. We all love that baseball episode, and both Dragon Ball Super and Sun and Moon. Come on, I can't hate on that episode. But I'm also the type of person who loves to see action.
I hear the sad music again.
So
Sad music.
pretty much just go more frequent with the battles for real. Don't go. I'm not expecting at 6v6 till year 3 or 4, how long the year is gonna be. But just like more frequent of battles of World Championships, more rivalries between Ash and Bia, more development for Go, and actually balance Ash, not make him an idiot, and make Chloe appreciative. Because fucking people hate Chloe, even though she had the greatest moment in the second episode of Journeys.
Well, sidestepping Ash when he got like killed.
I love that.
That
scene.
was like such a good scene. Yeah, that
That made me love
was
her.
a good scene.
Yeah, all right. Well, Goggles. The time has come that you explain.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
Well, folks.
It is time.
Folks. The time has finally come for us all to say goodbye to each other. Koro, thank you for joining us for the last time.
Thank you
No,
for
but
having
what is the last one? Tell us.
Red Rose, thank you for joining us for this last time.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Zano, thank you for joining us in this last time.
You are very welcome, Master of Goggles.
And Brian, thank you for joining us for this last PokeChat.
Thank you for having me.
And ladies and
But
gentlemen,
why do I feel like this is just the last one of the year?
Bro,
Yeah,
we
I'm
actually
so-
did it!
Oh my god, that
I knew it. I literally
knew it.
said
This
that.
was
Zeno, Zeno, get your Rotom phone, you called it!
Wait,
This is
wait,
the last PokeChat
Zano, what did-
live of the year.
I said no.
fuck
That's
you.
the thing. Zano didn't call it. I did.
Hi, Trey. How's your day, man?
Oh, Trey.
You know what's crazy? I was the one who called it.
Oh my
Zano
God,
was like,
Trey.
Zano's avocado. He went straight to
I
anything.
knew. I was just going. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like half of me thought it was true, and the other half of me was like, I think I'm playing along with this.
From the start.
Also,
Because
Trey, were you
nobody
goddamn listening to me?
Tree boy.
Wait, listen to what?
Because I literally said you were gonna join the last 5 minutes of the pod.
Oh no, I didn't hear that.
I'm a
Typical
fortune.
guy.
I literally am so Red Rose. You've been right this entire time.
I trolled y'all.
Yeah, I told you this was. Oh.
I freaking trolled everybody.
Not exactly, but
hi,
whatever.
you guys.
Fuck you.
Yeah, kind of.
Fuck you. I trolled the,
Okay,
I trolled the audience.
Okay, Trey, first of all, hello, good night, or good afternoon, whatever. Secondly, what do you like about Ash and Journeys, Go and Journeys? What was your retrospective in the first tier, and what do you expect
No, there's no
for you?
time for that anymore. We're ending this.
Yeah, goodbye,
That's
Trey.
like disrespect.
Well, it's not my fault.
No,
Trey
no,
didn't
no,
show up
guys. This
earlier.
is the actual last PokeChat for Trey.
Oh no.
Also, Brian. So, Samurai Trainer Z said, "Damn it, Brian, you ruined the damn surprise." Which he is true.
God damn, you know,
Trey-
Samurai Trainers. That's what we call them.
Trey is studying to be the fourth member of the Any Poke Bros. He's doing trial exams, you know.
Yeah, that would be true. Except, sorry, it's already been revealed to be me.
I thought I was new. I thought I was
Congrats.
an Poke, bro.
So I guess this is my last PokeChat.
Alright, but no, realistically though, Koro, thank you for being with us throughout this year of 2020, even though it was a crazy year.
Yeah, it was. Thanks.
Red Rose, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
Trey,
And thank you for having me.
get the fuck out of here. You don't belong here now.
Oh my god.
It's not allowed anymore.
You know,
Oh,
that's Goggles. I wouldn't talk to Sephiroth like that. Which is
He's not even Sephiroth!
I guess.
I
I
am
guess.
Sephiroth.
I guess it is time. I'm not invited here no more. I guess it's time to take my leave.
What the hell was that?
Oh, okay, Trey. Trey's gonna do it.
buddy. No, you're not
Alright,
allowed
buddy.
to. You're not
But
allowed
realistically,
to
though, Trey, a quick thing. Thank you for at least trying to join us, even though we're literally about to end things. But like, thank you for all the times you were able to join us, though.
No problem. Man.
Yeah, thanks for trying. You did your
I wanted
best.
to. I wanted to be in this one so bad. I just got off work. It was like, I'm still in the
Oh,
car.
it's alright, buddy.
No worries, bro. It's all good.
Don't worry, everyone has a life.
Zano.
Everyone's busy.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for playing along with the little ruse I had until someone you ruined it.
He didn't. He actually fell for it. He's lying
I
to
fell
you.
for I know. I will admit, I fell for it at the beginning, and then I like slowly realized.
No, I told you. Oh,
No, no, I'm.
Zano is an exposed liar.
Okay,
I
but
have exposed
you were
him.
very welcome for me joining. It was a pleasure to be on this podcast and part of this community, and also everyone here right now. If you don't subscribe to this man, I will put you in the light stone.
Oh my fucking god. Brian!
I actually left it at the shop. So.
Brian, even though you screw me over in the final second with this ruse, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Goggles, and thank you to everyone who came to watch us all talk about our love for the Pokemon anime. Because I know there's some dedicated people who keep coming, even in the weeks I'm not here. So like, well done to you all, and also thank you, Goggles and Trey, for having me as well, and everyone else for speaking, allowing me to join you guys.
Yeah, that's it.
And with that said, folks, thank you for watching us this past year. I know this has been the most oddest time with everything. I'm not going to say what it is because I'll get copyrighted for reasons. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching this past year. And we will guarantee you we will be back on 2021 to discuss new episodes, new theories, new predictions, and new episode titles. And whenever Trey's going to pay me my fucking $5, I will upgrade us to the next chat. So, with that said...
Bro, that day is going to be the most legendary day.
So with that said, thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next year. Bye-bye. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy holidays.
Bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Solstice, whatever you celebrate, New Year. Fuck you, Zano.